Ecclesiasticus 19:24. He that had small understanding and feared God is better than one that had much wisdom and transgressed the law of the Most High. Man, this is so overwhelming. I gotta figure out, okay, when is the new moon? When is the Sabbath day? Is the new moon when the moon first becomes dark? Or is it when that first sliver of light comes in? When is the actual biblical new year? When the barley grows? Is it when the fruit first comes into being, or is it when it turns brown? Oh my goodness, it's so overwhelming. How many laws I gotta keep? Don't stretch yourself out doing all of this, okay? Yes, we gotta keep the commandments of God. Yes, we gotta keep them to the best of our ability, but don't overwhelm yourself. This is the process. This is a learning process, okay? According to Ecclesiasticus, as long as you fear the Most High God, Yahweh, through His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, you're doing okay. Okay, and what comes with that fear? Understanding His judgments. Okay, trying your best to keep His commandments to the best of your ability. The Lord knows your mind. He knows your heart. Okay, you got to be trying. Okay, versus somebody who knows all the breakdowns, knows all the wisdom of all these things, yet they lack the basic fundamental understanding that, hey, this thing is about love, man. This thing is about love. It's about hope. It's about faith. You see what I'm saying? Things that they're severely lacking, but yet they have all the breakdowns. See what I'm saying? Just like the Pharisees, they couldn't really understand that, and they treated the people terribly. See what I'm saying? It's that love you gotta have, that fear you gotta have, that hope you gotta have, right? That's what the Most High God is looking for. He that have small understanding is better than him that have much understanding, but they lack the basic fundamental things of what it means to please God, breaking His commandments. You know what I'm saying? Not loving your brother as yourself. Matthew 22:37. Yahweh Shai, who the world calls Jesus Christ, said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord with thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment. Love the Lord, keep His commandments to the best of your ability, have fear unto Him, trust in Him. And the second is like unto it, Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets, right? Loving the Most High God with all your heart, mind, and soul, and loving your brother as you do yourself. You see what I'm saying? Treating people how you want to be treated. Okay, all these things God is looking at. God is looking at the heart. You see what I'm saying? We're not going to get things right in this time. You see what I'm saying? We're not going to get things perfectly. But Romans 3:23, for all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. Like, none of us are perfect. And if you say you keep all the commandments, you're a liar, and the truth is not in you. We all fall short. We all need cleansing. We all need washing. You got to have faith in the only begotten Son. You see what I'm saying? And if you do those things, you're already doing well. If you have faith, if you're fearing the Most High God, and you're treating people the best way you possibly can, according to how you want to be treated, you're doing okay. Okay? This is Proverbs 3:6. In all thy ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct thy path. The Most High God is going to direct your path, man. As long as you have faith, as long as you believe and you trust in Him in all your heart, even with your little understanding. Oh man, I don't understand Ezekiel, Isaiah, Jeremiah. Okay, I don't understand these things, Revelations. Oh my God, there's so many things I gotta do. Am I supposed to flee? Am I supposed to trust in the Lord, man? There's nothing you gotta do besides trust in your Lord, work on yourself, keep His commandments to the best of your ability, and the faith is in His only begotten Son. These are the main things that you're supposed to be doing. Okay, don't wrap your mind up in all these extra things. Yes, it's great. Yes, it's great to know all these things, and you're supposed to study to show yourself approved and continue to learn, right? Continue to learn to the best of your ability. Continue to improve on yourself. Continue to learn what you're supposed to be doing, what's pleasing unto God, what you're supposed to do, what you're not supposed to do. It's never ending, all right? You got to keep going, keep studying, right? But don't get bogged down by this, because it could be a lot when you're first coming in. Right? 2 Timothy 2:15. Study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. Right? Continue to study, knowing the right path to take. But of course, the God is going to direct you as well. Right? As long as you have that fear and that trust in Him, He will direct you. Okay, let's see what else we got going on. This is Acts 15:29. That ye abstain from meats offered to idols, and from blood, and from things strangled, and from fornication, from which if ye keep yourselves, ye shall do well. Fare ye well, right? As long as you're doing these basic things, you're already doing okay, right? Like I said before, you're not going to get things perfectly. You're not going to understand all the breakdowns immediately. These things could take years, right? Of course, the Lord can reveal things unto you at an expedited speed, but these things could take years to master, to learn, right? It takes time. So don't let it overwhelm you, right? As long as you're doing these, start with these basic things, right? From meats offered to idols, idolatry, from blood, right? Make sure you cook your foods, and from things strangled, right? And from fornication, right? Abstain from these things. And if you start off with doing these things, the rest will follow. These are the foundation. This is the foundation, right? Don't overwhelm yourself, boggling out your mind trying to figure out all the commandments at one time, right? It's going to come over time, okay? Unlike other people, right? 2 Timothy 3:7, who are constantly learning but never really able to come to the knowledge of the truth. Okay? Like I said before, yes, it's a continuous learning process. You can't just stop right there. You have to try to keep the commandments to the best of your ability, because keeping the commandments is how you show love unto the Most High God, that you love Him, right? Actions speak louder than words, people like to say. But okay, then do what your father said to do. Just like your worldly father, he said, hey, when I come home, wash the dishes. Okay, take the trash out. It's trash day. All right, I need a place vacuumed, right? And if he comes home and things are not done, you're going to be in trouble. Same thing with the Heavenly Father, right? You know, wash your spiritual dishes. You know what I'm saying? Take out your spiritual trash, right? All that leaven in your body, right? And by the time he comes back, your things better be done. See what I'm saying? So the Most High, that's how you love the Most High God, is by keeping His commandments. Of course, to the best of your ability. We all fall short once again, as we read. Okay, but you have to try. Lord knows your heart, right? I like some of the people who continuously learn and never really able to come to the knowledge of the truth. Never really able to understand, like, hey, I gotta, make sure I love my brother as myself. Like, that's like one of the number one things you gotta do if you're treating people like crap. I mean, how are you going to call yourself a disciple, right? Didn't our Messiah say that? Like, this is how you tell who is my disciples, by their love one unto another. Then He washed His disciples' feet, you know what I'm saying, and things of that nature. Are you that person to give your shirt off your back to another believer who's in need? Are you that person, right? These are the things that's most important, man. Loving God and loving your brother as yourself. So don't bog your mind down by trying to keep all the commandments at once. Okay? And like I said before, Proverbs 3:6, in all thy ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct thy paths. Revelation 14:12, here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and the faith in Yahweh Shai, who Mashiach, who the world calls Jesus Christ. Right? Like I said before, just because we're saying that right now, focus on these 4 particular things, abstaining from things from blood, fornication, idolatry, right? Doesn't mean that you just stop there. You got to keep continuing, because here are what the saints are going to be known for, right? Here are they that keep the commandments of God and the faith in Yahweh Shai, right? The saints are going to be keeping the commandments to the best of their ability, and that sacrifice of Yahweh Shai is what covers the rest. Okay, but don't make His death be in vain if you're not going to try to keep the commandments to the best of your ability, right? You got to try, right? But don't bog your mind down. Like I keep telling you before, if you're doing these couple of things, you're doing okay, all right? Things are going to come in time, and over time you're going to learn, okay, when is the actual biblical New Year? Is it when the world says it is, January, or is it when the springtime when things become anew? When is your new moon? Is it a full moon? Is it supposed to be a full moon? Is it supposed to be a dark moon? Is it when the first light crescent moon? You see what I'm saying? These things are going to come in time. But focus on what you can keep right now. Keep the basic things, and over time, the Lord will add unto you more wisdom, more knowledge, more understanding. Right? Love God with all your heart, mind, and soul. Love your brother with yourself, and do the best that you can. It's really not that difficult. Man, I gotta learn Hebrew. I gotta learn Greek. I gotta learn Latin. I gotta learn all the commandments, all 613. Okay, when are all the feast days? When are all the biblical holidays? When is the new moon? Okay, how am I supposed to navigate this situation, that situation? Okay, relax. You're doing too much, all right? Yes, these things are important, but take your time and learn. Okay, as long as you have faith in the only begotten Son Yahweh Shai, and you're trying, the Lord may look upon you and bless you, right? Look upon you and bless you and have mercy upon you. You're trying, okay? Nobody's saying just sit and don't do anything, don't learn, Okay, he said just abstain from things from blood, just don't do fornication, and no, you have to continue to learn, right? But don't bog yourself down with it, right? Have faith in God. He will direct your paths. Pray for that. Pray that He directs your paths to the correct understanding of things. You see what I'm saying? Pray that He don't put you in one of these traps. Pray that He don't put you in one of these pitfalls, right? So many doctrines, so many traps left and right. Pray, but you gotta have faith at the same time. Pray that these things will be true. Okay, have faith in His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, right? As we see with the thief on the cross, right? Probably lived a life of thievery. But guess what? Yeah, and he had faith. What commandments did he keep? But except that he acknowledged his sin, he acknowledged his offense, and he had faith. Hey, in the kingdom to come, you know what I'm saying? I pray that you have some space with me. And what did the Messiah say? Sure, I got you. You know what I'm saying? So don't bog yourself down with trying to overload all at once. It takes time. Okay, just have faith first and foremost. Trust in God, right? Yahweh, right? Trust in the only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Love your brother as yourself, right? Continue to learn, continue to strive to learn, and have faith. And you're going to do well. Peace be unto you. Shalom.